Fuck, that thing's loud. I love you guys. I love my subscribers. Give me a high five, boy. Alright, let's go get some of this awesome sushi. Oh, I found my people. Right next to the toilet. Exactly where you belong. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god! Oh man, that was close. What is up, not a Grom fam? Now, we're not on the bumpy road, but we are almost to the bumpy road. This is, well, you should recognize this from the website and from a lot of my videos. This is my little test patch where I come out to test new products and whatnot, which, of course, that's exactly what I'm out here doing. In fact, you might even notice that the bike sounds a little funny. I mean, it sounds a little noisy, right? That's because we are testing out the Brap Hyper, the MMW Brap Hyper, which is, you know, I told you guys before that I was working on a fourth variation of the Brap, but that I hadn't tested it yet, and so I didn't want to announce it until I tested it. Well, to be honest, I actually went out and did videos for all of the Brap exhaust today, which that means, of course, that the Brap 2 Mid and the Brap 2 Shorty are about to release. I'm going to be working on those videos the next couple of days. They are ready. They are in stock. In fact, I have stock of every Brap exhaust. I've even got, well, maybe one left. Maybe one left of the original Brap. But as far as all the pre-orders for the original Brap, all of those have been sent out. I've even got a few, little bit of feedback from customers that pre-ordered those and have received them and installed them on their bikes already. I haven't seen any videos yet or any pictures, but I have gotten a couple of emails of guys saying they love the way it sounds. And for those of you out there that have been criticizing the length of the original Brap, talking about how it's going to melt my blinker off, well, I hate to tell you guys, but I got like 1,200 miles or 1,300 miles on it, and my blinker is still in 100% perfect condition. It does get a little black from time to time, but you can literally just take a rag and wipe it off, and it's just fine. But I'm really excited about this Brap Hyper. The only thing that kind of sucks about it is it's really too loud to motovlog with, which I realize I'm motovlogging with it right now, but I'm also like trying to just listen to it. It's so loud, but really just trying to stay in the low speeds, the lower RPMs. And the lower RPMs, it's really not that bad. It's not super loud, which is kind of cool because, hey, look, a deer. She's still going. Still going. Woo! Man, she just jumped like 10 feet. Anyways, it's kind of cool because, like, you know, if you live in a neighborhood or something, you don't want to piss your neighbors off, but you want to have the loudest exhaust possible. This is actually a pretty good option. It's also going to be the cheapest one. I haven't sat down and figured out exactly what the prices are going to be just yet, but I'm thinking either 170 or 180 on this one. I'm not really sure. We'll see once I get down and, you know, get to sit down and do the numbers on it. I also got all the pictures taken, so I mean, it's going to go up on the website. They'll be on the website, be available for purchase before the videos come out. That way, when the video comes out, you go watch it, you like it, you can go straight to the website and buy it right away. And I want to get these things moving too. I also ordered some extras. I mean, they're coming. I don't know when, but I mean, I've got two of each. So if you go to the website and it says out of stock, that means somebody's already purchased the two that I have in stock, but there are more coming. I went ahead and ordered them now out of my own pocket so that you're not waiting, you know, 30 days or 45 days or whatever. You might only have to wait like 2 weeks. So, you know, all of the exhausts are going to be ready to go within, well, I'm going to say within this next week. I don't know exactly when. I don't know what all I've got going on. It's just the only reason I haven't released them yet, I mean, I shipped out the pre-orders like a week ago, but it's been raining all week long. The weather's just not been optimal. In fact, it's a little bit cold today, but I figured since the sun was shining and I didn't really have anything else going on today, that was what I was going to work on. That's pretty much what I've been working on all day. Another thing, I know a few of you are waiting for 3D printed parts like hell mics and hell bats, and there's a couple of guys waiting on hell mounts as well. Well, here's the deal there. My two printers, my two main printers, I've got three. I got one printer that specifically prints hell mics, and it's been running, but I've had so many hell mic orders. Like, I've sold 15 of them in the last month, and I had to wait on parts to come in, so that was the delay there. There's, I think, 5 of you that are waiting on Hell mics. I printed all of them last night. I just have to assemble them. I do have the parts, so those will be coming soon. But as far as those other 2 printers go, the 2 ones that I said were my main, I say that they're my main, they're really just, I've had them the longest, and I've perfected most of the prints on them. Hang on, let me get up to speed here. It's so loud. Okay, anyways, as I was saying, I perfected most of the prints on them. They're like the printer that prints the Hell mics, it won't print the Hell mounts. I don't know why. It does a really great job at printing fine detail, but for whatever reason, printing those little hooks on the mounts that I don't know. I don't know how to describe that, but they don't come out right. They always come out like kind of like warped or whatever. Whereas on these other 2 printers, which they're both the exact same model, they print the mount perfectly well. They're just not quite as pretty, but it's still very functional. I mean, function over form every time. That's, in all the listings it says that, that they're 3D printed products. They're going to vary in quality, but they're guaranteed to function properly. So those 2 printers have been down. One of them, I think something's wrong with the nozzle. I increased the flow of plastic, which basically just means it pumps more plastic out at a time, and that seems to have corrected the problem with it. The other one had a broken temperature sensor, and I was having the hardest time finding a part number so that I could order it. Well, I managed to get some ordered today, but then I got to looking, and as it turned out, it was just a broken wire that just needed to be resoldered, so I resoldered it, and it's actually there printing a Hellbat right now. So everybody's orders on hellequip.com, those will all be shipped out next week, and I will finally be caught up, and of course we'll get the exhausts out. And another thing about the exhaust, so this is something that's kind of cool. I don't know if you guys have been watching the Kawasaki website, but every year they go to a expo and release their new bikes if they've got any, or at the very least some new colors. I gotta say, I love that new blue and gray ZX6R. That really makes me want to get a 636. I don't really have the money, but that'd be super sweet if I could get one of those by next season. But we'll see. I doubt it, but we'll see. The main thing I wanted to point out is kind of a rumor that we suspected for quite a while there, and that's are they going to come out with a Z400? And especially because they put some patents in for something called a Z400 something, or it was something to do with the Ninja, but it was a different bike. And as it turns out, they released a 2019 Z400, and it looks like it's gonna be pretty sweet. Now, a couple things that are a little weird. For one, it's 3 pounds heavier than the Ninja, which makes no sense to me considering it has less plastics and stuff on it. Like it's like the Ninja, but it's just stripped down. It looks really cool. I'll show you a picture of it right here. Now, another thing I thought is a little bit weird is the fact that it only comes in one color, green and black. It's a really sweet color. I mean, I'd love to have it. It would match the Z125, I mean. But I don't know. I mean, maybe they're going to come out with some more colors later. I mean, they did that with the Z125 originally. It only came in, I think, 2 colors, I think. And then later in the year, they released like 3 more colors. So maybe they'll do that with the Z400 as well. I'm not really sure. But looking at the specs on it, it's the same engine as the Ninja, same transmission. It makes the same amount of power, and it's like a 3-pound weight difference for whatever reason. But then also it's $200 cheaper. I would presume that's just because it doesn't have all the plastics and paint. It was a little bit less manufacturing costs that they pass down to the consumer, which is nice. But I am really interested to see how well it performs. I mean, if it's going to be pretty much exactly like the Ninja 400 we have here. One thing I did notice is it looks like, and I don't know for sure, I don't know about the measurements, I'm going to have to wait until a dealer gets one. But it looks like the exhaust is going to be exactly the exact same exhaust that's on the Ninja, which of course means that all of these exhausts that I'm about to release will also fit the Z400. So hopefully that'll work out, because then anybody that buys a Z400, well, then you can just come to me and buy an exhaust the day you get it. You don't have to wait for somebody to develop one. They'll already be available. But we'll see. I'm gonna check in with Sprules probably next week. I'm sure they've heard about it by now. I mean, the Ninja 400 is pretty much their top selling bike, primarily because of, well, me promoting it. But you know, I send everybody I talk to them. They've sold several of them because of me and because of the videos that I've made on it. So, you know, I figure if I call them and say, hey, I'm really interested in this bike, I'm sure they'll get one and let me come up there and check it out. I probably won't be able to ride it. That's just something they don't do. They prefer to sell their bikes, you know, with 0 miles on them, which I don't blame them for that one bit. But I think maybe I could talk them into letting me test fit an exhaust, you know, like maybe I'll just say, hey, you know, let me test fit my mid-pipe on here and I'll let you keep one, you know, and they can sell it with the bike or whatever, and then it won't matter. So we'll see. I'm going to talk to them. If not, maybe I can hit up Greasons and Hot Springs. You know, they've been willing to let me do stuff like that in the past. That's the other Kawasaki dealers. Those are the guys I got the Z125 from. The Ninja 400 came from Sprules in Mount Pleasant. So we'll see. But I'm really excited. I really can't wait to see some hit the streets. I for sure can't wait to see some YouTube videos on them. I mean, of course, I would love to make one, but again, I don't really, well, I mean, for one, I don't really need one. You know, I've got the Ninja 400. It's not going to be that much different, so there's really no point in going and buying one. I mean, the only way I could foresee me possibly getting my hands on one is if maybe somebody I knew bought one. You know, like maybe Liz. Liz has been shopping for a bike here lately. She's actually been borrowing a bike from a mutual friend of ours who has a Yamaha R3. It's a little bit older one. Not exactly my favorite bike. I rode it. It just, I wasn't really impressed. It's just not as much fun as the Ninja. But it's still a nice bike and a great bike for her to learn on. I mean, you know, she's been riding the Z125. It's at her house right now, but I need to go pick it up. It needs an oil change really, really bad, so I'll probably do that sometime this week. Yeah, so she's been riding the R3. We've been riding together. If you follow me on Instagram, then you've probably already seen some pictures of my bike in the R3, and she's tagged in those. That's because she's been riding the R3. Also, if you'd like to follow her on Instagram, I will post her Instagram name right here, which is Madam R32, you know, of course, because she owns a R32 Skyline. But I also have a little bonus coming up, and I don't know when. Videos are going to slow down from here because it's really starting to get cold. In fact, it's supposed to freeze tonight, so we'll see. I mean, like I said, the weather has pretty much sucked here lately, which is why I haven't been making videos. And I expect it to, you know, really suck more in the future. So if videos start to spread out, don't worry. I didn't die. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't quit YouTube. I didn't rage quit. It's just cold, and I don't fare well in the cold. I just don't. So if it's too cold, I'm not going out. But I do got a little bit warmer jacket. I don't have it on today. I kind of wish I did. It's a little colder than I thought it was going to be. But, oh yeah, that's another thing. You know, the store that's always in my videos, they bulldozed it 2 days ago, and that just looks crazy to me. But anyway, so videos are probably going to slow down, but I do have some more videos that I want to make because, well, if you follow me on Instagram, then you know that I bought another bike, and it's something a little different. It's got its own purpose. It's not something that I plan on riding very much. I might, once I get it running correctly, do some moto vlogging on it, but very little. There is a couple of videos I'd like to do on it. But I mostly bought the bike for other people to ride. You know, Mikey, you see him in a lot of my videos. He's always talking about he wants to ride, but you know, his wife won't let him go out and buy a bike. I mean, that's not what he says, but that's pretty much what she's told me. And then, of course, Liz, you know, she doesn't have her own bike. She's got the R3 right now, but it's just borrowed. So I got this other bike, and I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. If you want to see it, you have to go to Instagram and check it out. But I got this other bike, and it needs a little work. It's carbureted. It needs some carb work. So I got a rebuild kit for it. I just got to find the time, a nice sunny day when it's not freezing. In fact, I can't feel my fingers right now. But I got to find some time to work on it. And once I do and I get it running, I will definitely make a video on it. But anyways, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I wanted to give you guys a little update on the channel, where I've been, what I've been doing, what I've been up to, and the status, of course, of all you guys' orders on hellequip.com. And of course, if you're new here, slap that subscribe button, follow me on Instagram, and maybe I'll eventually put my Snapchat on here. I just recently got a Snapchat. I've never been a Snapchat person, but I just recently got into it. It's kind of neat. I'm not real sure about it because I don't know. I don't really like looking at my own face. but you know, it's kind of why I like to motovlog. Nobody has to look at my face. There are more interesting things in the world to look at than my face, I'm just saying. But that's it for today's video. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you next time. Peace! She was totally looking at my bike. Totally. Yeah, I know. It's sexy. I know. I look at it every day. It's okay. I understand.
I don't want to be in it.
It's too late.
I don't want to be in it.
Mikey doesn't want to be in it, but he's in every video.
Huh? Much better. Don't make fun of it being crooked. I know it's crooked.
That means we're about to do the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I was thinking too much about making videos, not about where I'm going. Don't do that. It's a bad idea.